Hello! Today I want to walk you through how to create a custom 404 page. So this is a page on any website that would happen when somebody went to a broken link or a page that no longer exists or something along those lines. So to test this on my site, we'll go and just put in test after my main URL. And you can see that brings up this page, and that is my 404 page. Squarespace has an automatic default 404 page that just pretty much says, this page no longer exists. Click here to go back to the home page. But it's really good to give your audience a little bit more, make it a little personal, make it like conversational, to give them the opportunity to search for whatever page they were looking for, because it might not be really obvious where to find it in your navigation. And to give them some of your most popular content. So I'm going to show you how I did that. The first thing I did, I'm going to move my little bubble of me here. The first thing I did was create a page in Squarespace, an unlinked page. And I just created a blank page. And I called it 404. This one I'm going to call 404 test because I can't have two 404 pages. And then from there, I went in, edited it, and I created a blank section and changed the background so that it would be kind of a banner. And I really like to do custom blocks with different, because I don't like the sizing necessarily always with the small, medium, and large. And then I said, oops, it looks like this page is moved. Made the text nice and big, centered it, and that's that. Then I went and created another section, started with a blank section again, and I put in a little bit of text that said, essentially, well, I could just copy and paste it here, do a quick search to find what you were looking for. And make sure that that's at the top of that. I think I did a heading 3 there. I like to keep things sort of in a little bit from the sides of the page. It keeps things looking cleaner. And I made sure the section height was pretty small on this one. And then below that, I went ahead and added a search bar. So you can see it's down here under filters and lists. I've got some custom code in mind to make it branded the way I want it to for my business. You can choose for it to display specific pages, or to have a dark or light theme. So the only thing that changes on mine because of the custom code is the color of the little search thing, the little magnifying glass. So that will allow them to search my content. The other thing that it's nice to have is having the quick preview, because it means that as they start searching, you'll see that if somebody puts in the word Squarespace, my blog posts and things like that will pop up underneath here. You can see so they can find what they're looking for more easily. So keeping that on there, and then I'm going to add a spacer block and another spacer block kind of side by side here. And from there, it looks like I put, oh, okay. And we'll do another spacer block above that. Some text in between here. And then I put or, and I made that nice and big and centered. And so there's lots of things you can do with your home page. So it's really important to tell them that the page is moved, give them the opportunity to search for what they were looking for. And I like to give them the opportunity to look at some of my other content. It could be that you want to draw them to very specific pages or features on your website. In my case, I'm going to add some text blocks beneath these. And then I added summary blocks. So I chose the wall block. You could choose a different one if you wanted. And I chose blog for the first one. I brought down the width a little bit so that 2 would show up here. And I went into display and I removed the title, the excerpt, and the date so that it would just be the blocks alone. And I think I put it down to 4 items so that it would kind of fall in line with the number of products I offer. And I brought down the width just a little bit. And that was that. So then I repeated the process over here with my summary block, but instead I chose courses. Oop. Sorry, moving my little face here. So chose courses and did the same with the layout where I brought it down just enough that 2 would fit in, moved the gutter width a little bit, removed the title because they're on the images, the excerpt, and the price. And that's it. The other thing I did with my blog post one is I chose to only display featured posts. You could also do display only posts. I could do only Squarespace blog posts, but I chose to do featured posts. And then I simply put above it, read my most popular blog posts. And I had centered that and put it as header 4. Because I'm copying and pasting, it knows that it's header 4 and centered. It's keeping that formatting in line. But if I were just to type it, I would have to do that. So this one says products to help you up your digital game, and I'll walk you through that. If I were to do it, manually again. And I put that at, I believe, probably paragraph 4 and centered. And that's all I did as far as the design of this page. So that is my custom 404 page, and it just helps people find the things that they need to find for my business a little faster, especially if I've changed something on my site and broken a link. The next thing you need to do is go in to design and then down here to 404 page. And you can see if we were to go to the system default here that Squarespace has and hit save, this is what their default looks like. It just says there's an error. You can click here to go back to the home page. And then you can search. What we do is go to the 404 test page that we've just created, and it will override Squarespace default one, and this would be the one. And you can see that this is not showing up for some reason, but it looks like there's something needs to be edited in that block, but you can see that it adjusts with the size of the window here, and so it looks like I just need to reconnect that. So I'm going to put it back to my 404 page and fix that really quick, and you will see that so sometimes these little things come up, and I really wouldn't normally show you this, but I want to make sure that you can see. So it's courses, and the reason that's not showing up is probably, there we go, I don't have any featured courses, so I've taken that off, and now it shows up just fine. So troubleshooting is a big thing. When things aren't going well, take a look at what filters or settings you might have that are blocking. And then, so again, this is what it looks like in the end. You could put just one blog post, you could put just one product, you could put one resource or a freebie. It's really up to you and what you want the focus of your site to be. So I hope this has been helpful for you. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments.